I got it. So let's see.
Okay.
Oh, no, Miro's there. He was late.
Thank you.
He beat you to the draw.
I got.
And can you ask us all to mute ourselves to
Yeah,
reduce
just
the
mute
feedback?
yourself.
Thanks.
I'll just make random noise behind me all the time, just to add that.
All
Yeah,
right.
mute yourself, everybody. Mute yourself,
Okay.
please. Okay, great. So so like I was explaining before I started recording, but I'll do it again as we're recording. If you think of stuff like how ideas and inspiration come to you, right? It doesn't come evenly. It's not like, okay, well, I'm going to plan my lessons every week, so every week my inspiration. It doesn't work like that. You start, like, I play with my thoughts, I play with my body, I play with my knowledge, you know, and then not knowledge, and then there's also wisdom. They're a little bit different than each other, right? And what I'm trying to do is how do you, and then fear and ego, and, you know, all those little things that the little things that are hard to deal with. But you know, people say to you when you fail. Okay, so I'll leave it to this. So whenever you fail or lose, and I know many of you don't play a lot of sports, but when I was playing, hold on, let's see who's on now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so when I was an athlete, you know, there was this saying, when you get knocked down or when you lose, get back up right away, right? And that I've seen as wrong now. And why? Because I lost differently in my 20s than I did in my 30s. And I always asked myself, why did I learn so much in my 30s instead of in my 20s? And it wasn't just because I'm young. But when I lost in my 30s, it didn't matter what I mean, but I'm using loss as a phrase. When something didn't go my way, I would stay down, and I'm talking physically or mentally, until I could find the why it happened and make it a strength. Because I wanted to take whatever bad happened, learn from it, and then move on. So I was more patient. When I lost, when I was younger, I wanted to deny it happened. I just got back up and I said, okay, you know, like nobody would notice. You know, I'm sure you do it now. If you slip somewhere, you get back up right away because you don't want anybody to see that you slipped, but actually you slipped. I would lie there and think about what why it happened, and try to understand that. And then I would get up, and I would try to get up instead of feeling bad, feeling good, because I learned something, and the next time I'll be better. That takes a long time. Now, a few of you have commented to me, you know, you got to look in the mirror. This is wrong too. The only thing you're going to see in the mirror is what you're looking at. The stuff that's the problem is deep inside you, and it's hidden, and it's not in the mirror. That's the problem. It's not in the mirror. It's deep inside you. So whatever you see in the mirror is just going to be what you want to see. What's deep inside you is what you hide. Now, what you hide are two things: your weaknesses and your faults. This is different. They're not the same. Please do not try to change your faults. Your faults are your gift to the world. You need to change your weaknesses. You need to look at your weaknesses. Without a doubt, you need to look at your weaknesses. But your faults are your gift. And this is, anybody that's ever watched Kung Fu Panda, his weakness was not that he was fat. That was his fault. But that fault was his advantage in the end. How to Train a Dragon, the same thing. The fault of the lead character was he was not a Viking, and he was small and not big and not, but he was different. And that was a fault, but not a weakness. Okay, so you have to remember that. This is very, very important, okay, that you understand that. You might think being a small guy is a weakness until somebody's shooting back at you with bullets, and being thin and skinny and fast is your advantage. You see the difference? So in sports, maybe it is advantageous to be big and strong. But I remember having to save some big guys, and I cursed because I was always the one saving the big guys because they were always hurt and cumbersome and clumsy and big targets, and I was the one going to save them. So this is really important to understand, that you're looking not your faults, your weaknesses, and that's what you want to work on. Okay. So these are big topics that you have to look at your own training and say which are these things that you have. Okay. Now, in saying that, that's separate from the class I'm going to teach. The class I'm going to teach is I want you to look at the body a little bit different. So when you're training with people, you train maybe too personal. I think sometimes we're like too personal with yourself and also too personal with your partner. Work with them like a skeleton. Work with them like, I don't know if you've ever had this. My kids laugh at me, but I would go to the doctor's office, and when the doctor would leave, I would play with the skeleton. Right? And I would move the skeleton and the bone, and I'd push the leg. And I remember training the next day. The next day, I would train at the club, and all I would see was skeletons. So I would grab people and move them around. And it was the most wonderful class I had because it wasn't personal. I just saw them as a skeleton. And the people would say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. I see you as a skeleton." And they would get a little freaked out, but it's okay. And then they ask, "Why don't you have one at the fight club?" I said, "Because that would freak people out. Imagine if you came to a martial art club and there was a skeleton in the corner, right?" You think former student, right? Somebody put a knife in his ribs or something, right? But if you can see yourself like this, and you'll be able to work with people so different, so different. And the inspiration was a dear friend of mine that I have that is a high level trainer. And every year he goes to Scotland. Every year he goes to Scotland, paid for by the sports team, for a 2-week intensive exam. He will get a dead body, literally, when somebody dies and donates their body to the society, he gets their body literally within a week of them passing away. And his exam is to rip the skin and dissect this person layer by layer and provide a report as to who this person was, what job they did, what injuries they had, who they thought they were. Like, who was this person? And then at the end, the teacher would examine who the real person was and what if he made the right decision based only on his bones, tissue, skin, cells. Okay. And he is 87% correct. Guys, you are your body. Okay. You have to understand this. And when you work with people, you need to work with them at that level. Every time you touch them, their body is telling you who they are. Tissues, muscles, ligaments, bones, everything you touch is the person, right? Very interesting, studies. And when you see people like that, it's the deepest way of seeing them. It's so deep, it's the next one is spiritual. That's the deeper one. But this is pretty deep, man. And the moment I started working with people like that, I noticed an incredibly profound jump. So we're going to try to do that first with ourselves. Okay, we're going to try to figure out, because you all know how to move. Everybody here knows how to move, but I don't know how much of it is really you understand. Like, this is a different thing. Like, like I want the truth, but how much of the truth? This is a different story, right? So do you mind if we go on this little bit of journey for maybe a half hour? We'll see how it goes. And then we pick up a weapon. This is interesting because when people pick up weapons, they pick them up with their worries and their doubts. That's why I grabbed a weapon. The only reason somebody invented a weapon is because somebody was bigger and stronger and scared you. So you picked it up because you were scared. Imagine if you could pick up this weapon from a different place and how much more powerful that would be, right? That would be a much more powerful thing, right? It's a whole other experience to pick up a weapon when you're relaxed and calm and in full control than it is when you're panicked and scared and unaware, which is generally how people pick them up, right? Make sense? Okay, let's start. So I'm on the ground, so let's start on the ground. We're already here. I'll figure this out. Okay, so just start from a seated position, right? I think you guys can see me. Oh, actually, no, we're just gonna start like this. Okay, so first, put your hands out in front of you. Okay, put your hands out in front of you, and you should feel like the top of your arm and the bottom of your arm and everything is like calm. Like all the muscles are kind of like. I mean, of course, you're going to feel this top one, but other than that, right? And what I want you to do is lift your hands up, and you have to feel that when you lift your hands up, this muscle starts to become tense. You're not trying, just lift your hand up. So in other words, I'm not trying to tense this, but when my hand comes up, I feel all the muscles on top of my arm, okay? And then go back to the middle, relax a little bit, and then let your hand drop down, okay? And you should feel all the muscles here now. Right? So again, the top, there's the top, and then down, and you should feel the muscles down, okay? And now I'm not pushing it. I'm just simply here and here. So I need to feel how I'm not trying to tense, but just because of this hand position, this muscle got tense. I can't stop this. It's very difficult. Okay. And when I lower it, this becomes tense all the way towards me. Okay. And then you're going to try make it tense. So I'm going to lift it up and I'm really flexing this now. Like now I'm actually flexing it. Okay. And then I'm flexing down here. I'm flexing here. Okay. Flexing up. So top, down. Down. Good. So now in the middle again, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna rotate up, and you should almost feel your chest now. You should feel the inside, like this whole thing, okay? And then I put my palms down and around, and now I feel my back and the outside of my arm. And you're just doing this twisting motion, right? So now I actually feel my chest tense and my inside of my arms. And then I feel my shoulders, of course, and my back tensing on the outside, okay? So just keep doing that. Play with that a little bit. Let me just watch you while you're doing it. Yeah, please don't rush. It should take, this is slow. You need to feel this stuff, right? Nice, Alex, nice. Yeah, exactly that speed. I know the shoulders want to do, but try to relax your shoulders. I mean, try to kind of feel this stuff. And even try it now with your eyes closed too. If you feel good, try it with your eyes closed. You need to feel how just by the position, the muscles can become strong and full. You're not, so it's happening on its own. Very good, guys. Good. Now, try this. Try it like kind of one at a time. So you can do it, one at a time. Okay. It's a little different one at a time. And again, keep the hand that's on your lap really relaxed, right? And you can switch hands when you like. And then now both hands up again, but this time they're doing different things. They're not doing the same thing. Each hand, so in this one, I feel the top, and this one, I feel the bottom. Okay, so start with those simple things, right? And you need to feel that in the down, you feel here, and in the up, you feel here. And you should, it's pretty easy to feel, I believe. You can go down and twist, right? Or you can go up and twist the other way, right? And if you can't do them at the same time, it's fine. You can do one and then the other, it's fine. But as close as together as you can do them is good. Nice, Miro, nice. Alex too. Jaker, that looks good. That looks good. Great, guys. Okay, so you have to file this one down, like, maybe after watch the video and make some more notes. So what I would do if this were a class, I would do this as we did it now for about 10 minutes, and I would have you deal with grabs on the arm. So tomorrow, when somebody grabs your arm, rather than pulling it away or doing some other clever move, start to work with your hand. Like, raise your hand up, give support. So if I'm grabbing my arm, if I do this, I give the person that's grabbing me support. If I do this, I actually don't give them support. If I rotate them. You see? So if I grab and I go like this, look what happens to me. Because the idea is not, in martial arts, they say beating people up is not the highest level. The highest level of martial arts is controlling the other person. So when they grab you, if you start to move your wrist, you're controlling them. Okay, you're controlling them. And now you can do whatever you want with that. You can put them down, you do whatever you want. But the point is, you're now working on something that has a greater benefit to you. Learning how to control somebody that's just grabbed you rather than beat them up or escape. It's like a low level. It's like a deeper level, right? It's like for parents or for good teachers, I guess, we try to teach the next level. Like, I'm not trying to teach my kid how to make money. I'm teaching my kid how to live a good life. It's like a deeper thing. Like, of course, it's like a low level. We need to make money and do this, of course. But I want to pass that. If you live a good life, you'll make money. You'll see they all work together, right? If you learn how to work with people, you can beat them up and work with people. It's going to cover both. It doesn't matter. Why work with just one? People that know how to beat people up, they really don't know how to work with people. They don't. They're not good on a team. They're not good on. They're not good at all. Actually, they're just good for some tricks. So tomorrow, when somebody grabs you, instead of thinking shoulder out, just think of moving your wrist. Just think of moving your wrist and look how your whole arm starts to move. If I raise my wrist up, if I put it down, I can take support, I can give support. I can move and lock the person in different ways, right? So now I want you to try this thing, but I want you to kind of move your hands around. So now, instead of just moving, my arms around, I'm actually placing my hand in a position that causes my arm to be tense, in another tense, and I'm actually just moving my arm around based on the position of my hand. So I turn my hand and I feel where the tension is. So I'm rotating and I feel where I'm giving support. How am I giving support? I'm giving support here. Now I'm giving support here. I'm giving support here. Now I'm giving support here. And just play with your arms and play with your hand position and see how you can give support. Just try it a little bit. Now, in any position. So imagine the person grabbed your arm from this position, how you can move, how you can rotate that, right? How you can move, how you can rotate that. I'm sure you've watched, guys, tons of videos, especially Michael. You see him, he just gives his arm. He'll grab it. He wants to work with you. He doesn't want to fight you. He wants this. He wants to work. He doesn't want to escape. So, it's like, at some point, it's okay if you have a problem. What else? If we don't have a problem, what are we going to work with? And in life, if we don't have a problem, we make one because we need one. There has to be a tragedy, right? This is an old Greek woman style. There have to be a tragedy somewhere. Why are you laughing, Alberto? Right? There's always a tragedy. Awesome. Okay, you got it, guys. You got it. I don't want to believe we've got a lot of stuff to cover. Now, from a seated position, my hands, I hope you guys can see. Yeah. So now my hands are going to come in contact with the ground, okay? And when they come in contact with the ground, I'm right away I'm going to escape from my hands. So as soon as my hand touches, I'm going to roll my arm. But look at how I rolled it, and then I turned it, and I used it. Like I'm working with my hand on the ground right now. Maybe we can start from this position. Maybe it'll be a little easier for you to see. So start on your hands like this. I'm on my knees, right? I'm on my knees, and start to kind of get to the back of your hand, right? So rotate your hand and get to the back. Okay, just get to the back. And then try get to the back from the inside. So there's the back from the outside, and then there's the back of your hand from the inside. So you're rolling on the first on the outside and then on the inside of the hand. Now try get to the back of your hand from your fingers like that. You'll see it's like I move them around. So I'm working a spiral now. First I was on the edge. Now I work in a spiral. I come back of my hand to the front of my hand, the back of my hand to the front of my hand. Okay, good. Now, the trick is so as I get to the back of my hand, now I need to lower my elbow. So my elbow needs to somehow touch the ground. So no matter how I turn, like you see this way, right? I spun around and now I need to bring my elbow to the ground. So I put my hand in a funny position and now I bring my elbow to the ground. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you do. Like see this way, I have to put my elbow to the ground. And if anybody understands, that's how you teach a roll, right? That's how you teach your roll, right? So you start to work with your hands, getting to the back, getting to the front, and then being able to touch the elbow down. Keep going, guys. Let me just watch you, make sure you guys got it. Keep going. Nice, Meryl. That looks good. Good. Good, guys. Stop for a sec. So just so I make sure you're clear. So when somebody grabs your wrist, let's say, or your arm, right? The two things that have to work together are your hand and your this and your shoulder, but these for sure have to work together, okay? So by you touching, turning your wrist, and then knowing where your elbow is, tomorrow when somebody grabs you, you can work with your hand or you can work with your elbow, okay? Because it's a lever. That's the most important thing. It's a lever, right? So in other words, I'm just using this as an example of something straight, right? If somebody grabs here, I can work here and I know how to work with both hands. I can push and they work with each other. Okay, this is important, right? In other words, study how to work with yourself on a grab, not so much, and then with the other person, but study when they grab you like this. If you move your elbow, it changes the grab. If you move your hand, you give support. If you move your hand, you take away support. So as you're doing these drills now that I'm giving you, try to imagine a grab on your arm and how that would change what happened completely, not a little bit, completely. Okay, so now we're gonna go hand. So if I'm on my front to the back of the hand, to my elbow, and then my shoulder has to touch the ground too. I have to work with 3, okay? So you know the roll. I mean, I'm sure for those of you that taught the roll, right? There's the hand turns over to the back, the elbow, the shoulder, and over you come, right? But that has to go with everything. So if I'm here and I touch my elbow down, like let's say I touch my elbow down, now I have to bring my shoulder down. And then I have to come up the same way I came. Okay, so here I'm on my hand, right?
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Sorry, it's my phone talking to me. So I turn, my elbow touches, now my shoulder touches, and then I come up. Try to find that with everything that you do. Hand, elbow, shoulder, and then come back up again. Try it. Any position, guys. Some will be harder than others, but try it. Mm-hmm. Try to think about grabs. Try to think about arm grabs, how this will change your arm grab. Even eyes closed too, guys. Close your eyes once in a while. Check your eyes. Make sure that you can feel what's happening. Guys, watch me. Even backwards. See, look, my hand touches, right? My hand touches, then my elbow, but not really touches. It kind of rolls. Now my shoulder, and then I come back. Shoulder, elbow, hand. So hand touches, elbow lightly, shoulder, back, and up. Boom. Try it. Yeah, even behind you, even the side of you. It's not just in front, it's everywhere. Okay, try this one a few times. Very good. So I'm in kind of like a push-up position, right? And I lean myself to one side, try to get it into the pitch, right? I go on the side of my hand, I go on my elbow, I go on my shoulder, and then I push myself up. So down. And it's best if you can do it from a full push-up, it's better. Try it. Try it. Yeah. Yeah. And then roll yourself back up. There you go. So it's like a sideways push-up. But collapse yourself, guys. Collapse yourself the right way. Hand, elbow, shoulder, come up. Awesome, guys. That was really good. Really good. Okay. Now sit on your bum. So hands are up, right? So when I go like this, okay, when I go like that, and I feel a muscle, yeah, I go back. When I go like that, this tension pops me up. So it sends me back, helps me forward. But try, yeah. But really, don't do a sit-up. You should feel what's in your forearm put you down, and what's in your forearm lift you up. It's not a body raise. You should feel that any tension in your upper can bring you back down. No, guys. Stop for a second. Funny to watch you guys, because imagine I went to bed. Okay, imagine you're my significant other. Say whatever. Imagine if I lie down beside you like this. It's like you're thinking about it too much, right? For you, you lie down, right? Now, I'll give you an example. Everybody lie down. Everybody lie down. Pretend like you're sleeping, okay? And now I want you to imagine you heard your front door open. Sit up. Yeah, you didn't think about sitting up. You heard something and you wanted to hear better. You didn't say, oh, I need to do, my system of body race. You stood up. And I actually had this happen. I heard something. I literally pop up because I heard something. Not because I wanted to do a sit-up. And then when I was up, I realized it was the neighbor's cat knocked something over. I didn't go back into a perfect body raise. As soon as I heard it was something else, I just went to bed. I just collapsed to bed. I didn't try to do a body raise. I just sit up and I lie down. So when you're here, I'm not trying to, I feel tension here, it sends me backwards. I feel tension here, it sends me upwards. So everything I'm doing, I'm feeling from here. Right? I'm feeling from here. Try it. Yeah. For those of you that ride a motorcycle, you know what I mean. You have to know this position very well. Boom, boom. Nice. Good guys. Alex, good. And Miro as well. Very nice. Try with your eyes closed sometimes, guys. Try with your eyes closed just to make sure you got the feeling. Awesome, guys. Good. So I hope you kind of see what I'm trying to do. So first I study how to move my hands, the up, down, and twisting, and how it affects my arm. Now this hand is affecting my body. So now we're trying to see how it affects the body. How can I use my understanding of natural tension that exists from a position of the body to right away move my body now, right? So I just showed you one, just a buck that way, right? Now twisting. So you're gonna start, just stay there and watch me. So you can see, there's my hands, right? Here's my hand. So I'm gonna start to, this stay with one hand. I'm gonna start to turn myself. So my hands are on the ground and I'm gonna start to turn them to the back. And then I'm gonna start to turn them to the front. Sorry, I hope So I turn my hands, I turn my body. I turn my hands, I turn my body. From your stomach. So hands up, and just think of rotating your hands. Just think of somebody twisting your hands, and the whole body should flip. Try stretch, guys. Stretch your hands up further. Yeah, make yourself long and then rotate your hands. Long and rotate your hands. So just from the hand movement, your body's turning, not because you told yourself.
Emmanuel, are you not pushing down on your heel when you're doing it at all?
On my heel?
Yeah, like I'm pushing down on my heel is it's like I'm doing, I turn my hand
No,
and
no.
like I get
Well,
this foot or the front
I'll
of
show
this
you.
foot pushing me over, right?
Can you see my feet? Watch my feet. Okay, so my hands are palm up now, and I start to rotate them. And it goes over. What you want, guys, the most important is to imagine being stretched. Okay, so maybe everybody start there. Lie down flat, everybody. Lie down flat. Make yourself stretch, like stretch your legs, stretch. Imagine two people like a torture stretching you, okay? First there. And then when you can't stretch anymore, now turn your hand to the other way. It should be easier, right? So Alex, first lie down, yeah? Stretch. Imagine two people pulling you apart the opposite ways. When you can't stretch anymore, turn your hand, and the whole body should be connected now. Because if it's not connected, it won't turn the right way. In other words, as the stretch, you connect all the muscles as one piece, and then you tell the hand to lead the way. But if you relax the legs, then they don't feel the impulse. So there has to be like a stretch, and it's connecting the whole body, and then the whole body is rotating just by the command of the hand. That's it. Nice, Alex. Nice. Nero, that's good. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lot of tension, but it has to be enough to connect everybody. Very good, guys. Very good. Okay, come close. Come close again. I kind of missed the order that I was going to explain to you this, but that's kind of a whole body one, and I missed it. I missed one step. Bad teacher. So watch me for a sec. So now I'm going to be on my back. You can see me. Yeah. Okay. My hands are open. Palm is up. Okay. My hand is going to come across my body. So it's down. First, my palm is up, coming across my body to my hand, and I'm reaching till I flip over. Okay. Then this hand is palm down, right? I start to reach behind me, reach, and I've come. Again, my hand comes across my body. It flips me. It goes behind my body and flips me back. Did you understand that, or do you want to see it again? Try it. Palm, so lie down on your back, flat. Palm is up. Now bend it, put it onto your arm, and let it travel all the way across to the other arm until you flip. That's it. Now, when you're on your stomach, your palm's down, turn it up, go behind your back until you flip over. That's it. Yeah. Guys, this is the laziest way of rolling over in bed that you can imagine, but it's very efficient.
I don't know what you mean by, I see it again, Trey palm lie down on your back, flat palms up, bend it, put it onto your arm and let it travel all the way across.
Sorry, my watch is talking to me. Apparently everybody has an opinion. Guess we were talking about the pandemic. Oh. If you feel you got that one good, go back to the other one I showed you with the whole body twisting and see if you feel it there. So remember, the source is from your hand. Your hand rotates and the body follows. Not because you told you, not because you're thinking. You need to do this when you're tired or when you're asleep or when you're drunk or you're not thinking. You have to be able to do this. Maybe more drunk, but awesome, guys. Lie down flat on your back. Lie down flat on your back. Okay, lie down flat on your back. Okay, little different now, but shorter, but the same. Okay, we're gonna try see the ankles a little bit. Okay, we just try to see the ankles for a bit. Start to stay, lie down, lie down. Move your ankles a little bit. Both your ankles. Just move your ankles. Okay, try to move them around and pay attention to what's happening to your leg, but try to focus on just moving your ankles. Okay, stay there now. Try bring your toes towards your knees. Okay, so bring your foot up, meaning leave it on the ground, but try bring your toes to your knees. Okay, stay there, sit up. Yeah. Sit up from not from the stomach, from the support from the ankle. Okay, stay there, stay at the top, Miro, stay at the top. Now point your toes down to the ground, okay, and lie down. Now stay there, point the toes to the ground, not your knees, point the toes to the ground now. Come up. Bring your toes to the knees now. Go down. So play with that. One way, it's different for everybody. One way will feel easier for you to help you up. One way will help you down. In other words, when you want to sit up, don't think of your stomach. Think of tension in your ankles from up or down and sit up or go down. One is going to help you more than the other. So first you tense up your foot. Guys, watch me for a sec. I'll try to capture it in the picture here. I don't know if you can see me in the middle. So here are my feet normal, okay? When I point them down, I make all these muscles in the back of my legs strong. Okay, it makes me quite heavy on the ground. Okay, so when my toes are pointed down, I feel the back of my leg. When my toes are pointed up, I feel the top of my legs. Okay, so when I'm on the ground, when I'm lying down, if my thighs or my feet are like that, it makes this part tense and I can come up easier. When I put my feet down, activates all this. Okay, it helps me to go down. So I play with my toes, I play with my ankles, right? Here's up, right? Helps me up, down, helps me down. Okay, so I'm not thinking about my stomach. I'm thinking about using my toes or my ankles like a bar to help me up. Try it. Try a few. They're like 5 or something. Just try it. So you have to connect the whole body, guys. There has to be a little bit of connection. Whatever happens at the ankle should come all the way up your body, at least to your stomach. Maybe not to your chest, but to your stomach for sure. The muscles of the ankle and the Achilles and all those are connected all the way up, guys, right to the hips. You have to feel how they connect up there. Okay, great, 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 great. Lie down on your backs, lie on your back. And now you're gonna bring your legs towards 90 degrees. So just follow me first. So bring your toes to your knees, like try to bring this, exactly. Now, lift up just one leg, not both, one, okay? That leg that's in the air, point the toes to the sky now and bring it down. Now try the other foot. Toes to the knees, leg comes up, tension should be in the front of the leg. Toes to the floor, tension's in the back of the leg, it brings it down. So it's just like the forearm, guys, exactly the same. You have tension at top, it comes up. You have tension on the bottom, it goes down. Yeah, point those toes, guys. Point them up to your knees and then down to the floor. And the tension on different parts of the leg should guide it. So you should be able to lift up your leg just by your ankle. You don't need the thigh. You don't need the hip, just they're all connected. Awesome, guys. Watch me for a sec. Come around, guys. Watch me for a quick second. Look, so now, hope you can see me. I lift my leg up, right? And now I point my toe over and I lift my foot back. I come up, I go over, I go up, I go back. So I start to turn myself from my ankle. I don't know if you can see it. So here's my ankle right here, right? Look. Try it. Try it. You guys got it. Lift your foot up. Lift it up straight in the air. Now bring it over. And that should turn you. You shouldn't have to think about turning. That should just turn you on its own. Just your ankle. You think about your ankle and the whole body has to follow. That's it, Eric. That's it. Good. And now on the way back, the same. Lift up the foot. No. Go back, Eric. Go back. First, lift up your heel. Lift it up as far as high as it will go, and then over from the knee. There you go. That's the way you do it. No, guys, watch me. Sorry. Come. It's very important you get this. I'll try to give you the right angle, okay? I don't want to show you my butt, but what the hell, it has to happen sometimes. So just watch me. So here's my legs, right? You can see my heel, right? So I lift up my heel as far as it will go, and then I go over, okay? When I'm on my stomach, I lift up my foot as high as it'll go, and then I go. High as it'll go, and over. So the first thing, so everybody, let's do it together. Lie down on your stomach. No, start on your stomach. Lie on your stomach. Okay, relax the body, relax your body. Lift up one leg, like the heel, up as high as it'll go. Not too, yeah, keep your, now go across. And now you should feel the knee and the hip. Yeah, because the hip is the heavy part, and you need to move that. Unless you lift the leg up, you won't move the hip. Try it again. Lift, yeah, that's it. Really good, guys. Keep going. It looks really good. Sometimes close your eyes. Sometimes roll yourself with your ankle. Sometimes use your wrist. Try to play. They work together. They're the two ends. The two ends. Try to learn how to move yourself from your wrist and from your ankle. Awesome, guys. Really good. Okay, come close. You can unmute yourself if you like. Just if you have any questions a little bit or any observations, talk to me how that felt, because you kind of saw everything a little bit now, so easier for you. How did it feel? Did you feel like just by this place you can move yourself? Like, did you see how you saved a little bit of energy or something?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all of that. Sorry. I don't know who was commenting. I couldn't hear.
Yeah, I got this feeling, right? With the leg pulls the body all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just remember, guys, the body is full of muscles that go like this, like in two directions. They pull or they push, right? But it also has many muscles that twist, right?
Yeah.
That they twist. And you want to understand how it moves you, and then how it moves other people. Yeah, go ahead, Alex. Sorry, you had a question. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, comment the question. So comment is I liked it. It was good. I found it a good combination. I can see it's kind of simple. It's one of those system things that are kind of quiet, that are slow, that are gentle, but at the same time, I felt like I was being stretched out really good, because I felt after I was on vacation last week, and I only did like 7.5 hours of Sistema the whole week, instead of my usual 12 to 18 hours. So, this week I'm going to do like 20 to 30 hours. I'm going to take it up.
Oh, God. Awesome.
I feel like kind of stuck, and after this gentle moving, I feel a lot more freedom in from neck all the way, down to my feet. Actually, like all my joints, just the simple move, very simple movements, very like super simple, but extremely good stretching. Number one. Number two, I could clearly feel the practical application of being able to move myself by just a very simple, small energy, movement, energy expenditure just from wrist or just from the ankle, which is super useful. And number three is I felt the practical application I can see in combat and like moving on the ground. If you're falling down and trying to escape something, that you can move yourself so fast and so simple, but also you can use this movement. I could feel like certain heaviness, like in my legs, especially. Like I can feel like just by moving and escaping, at the same time, I could feel how I could see how I can use my feet and my legs to actually bring someone down. To actually use that momentum with a lot of actually heaviness and power at the same time. So it's great. I love this kind of practice. A question I have, it's not related, but it kind of came up. Maybe you can something. So every once in a while, it's like spasms. I have spasms that come up in my feet, just out of nowhere. Like yesterday, I was doing Sistema, just like stretching the stick, kind of like, squeezing the stick. And I was walking. I was very relaxed. I wasn't tired. And out of nowhere, a spasm came in my feet. And today, same thing, as we were stretching feet like this. I felt a spasm coming in. And I don't know. It comes up usually in kind of inconvenient times to other person. I don't know why it comes, where it comes from. Do you have any suggestions of how to deal with it?
There's two ways. So I had a good friend of mine who was a very good soccer player. He was about like top level in Canada, which is probably very low level in South America. But anyway, top level in Canada. He used to have spasms on the bottom of his feet because the soccer shoes are quite flat. There is no padding, right? What he found was he would roll his feet on a Coke can, like something like the size of a Coke can, a cold Coke can. And he would roll his feet and he found that those spasms were a lot less. So it was a little bit of tension in the bottom of his feet from the tendons. There's a lot of tendons. Second is dietary. Sometimes you're not getting enough of certain minerals, especially like potassium causes a lot of cramps. I know a lot, like you have to look at that. So if you have the chance to get a little bit of blood work done, you might realize that you're actually deficient in some of those minerals, right? Now, don't forget too, like if I've trained hard, okay, and I did this, I'm going to get a cramp in here. I can almost tell you. And that's because the muscle is telling you, I'm tired, right? Yeah. I'm tired, right? So, if you've done a lot of push-ups and then tomorrow, you do this and your chest cramps, it's your muscles talking to you, right? Like I would get a foot cramp if I went for a 3-hour hike up a hill, and I don't normally do that, and then I do this with my feet, I'm probably going to get a cramp. I hate to tell you. Yeah. So it's a little bit of nutrition. It's a little bit of maybe your body telling you need to spend some more time massaging that area for whatever reason. Does that make sense, Alex? Does that help you out? Yeah. Okay. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. This stuff you gotta, like I said, play with, like all the stuff. But it is very pivotal to me. There came a point, I don't remember when it happened, but when people started to grab me, I didn't shrink. Like, when people grab you, you shrink. When people grab me, I just opened. Like I was like, open, I don't know how to explain it. Because I wasn't that I wasn't scared, but I saw it like, have you ever seen the joke? The guy has a carpet and he asks you to step on it and you pull it away. So imagine if I had a blanket, I put it down. And I said, hey, Jake, can you come stand on this blanket? And I stood there. You would say, I'm not going to stand on the blanket because you're going to pull it and I'm going to fall. When people grab you, you're the blanket. You can pull it away. You can do whatever you want and the person is going to fall because they're locked on you. So the person that's grabbing you, I'm not locked. The person that grabbed me is locked. So when your thinking changes, it's a big difference. People usually behave when they get grabbed. They usually behave like you're going to lose your arm. You're not going to lose your arm. The person is not a pit bull. They're just a regular person, right? So very interesting take on your mind to change your mind in this, that when people grab you, it's not your problem, it's their problem. Really, they're the ones that have the problem now. They're grabbing you because they're scared. If you can relax, you can easily put them down, okay? And by relaxing, I mean being able to move your arm all around, okay?
Move the person.
And not-
around.
And understand how I can move my arm through the positions that I put my wrist in, and the same with my feet, okay? More you practice it, you just save energy. Just save energy, you become very efficient, okay? Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed
Awesome
it.
class, man. Awesome.
Be good,
Very
guys.
nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend, okay? Good to see
You
everybody.
too, you
Enjoy.
too.
You.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Nice
bye, bye.
weekend.